Hi, it's Dr. Z. This week we will be covering two chapters, the chapter on motivation and emotion and the chapter on stress and health. Since we're covering two chapters this week, I handpicked specific concepts that I want you to understand, and I grouped them into 4 sections. The first 2 sections are on motivation and emotion, and the last 2 sections are on stress and health. This week, we will also officially start the film analysis project. As you can see here, I want you to read the film analysis project module below on your own. So let's get started with this week's overview. By the end of this week, you'll be able to complete these district course competencies and learning objectives. For this week, please watch the module overview video and view this week's activity checklist. I do want you to notice the specific pages that I want you to read this week. You will not need to read every part of the chapters. This is a unique chapter in that it covers both motivation and emotion. The first section is motivation and reviews key concepts in the study of motivation. The textbook reviews several different theories of motivation, but I will only focus on 3 of them, as stated here in the box below. Please read the designated pages in the textbook and complete the corresponding Nearpod lesson. The second section is emotion. Emotions consist of 3 parts: physiological or physical symptoms, cognitive or our thoughts, and the behavioral expression or the actions of the emotion. So my friends, I ask you a question. What comes first? Thinking, then feeling? Feeling, then thinking? Well, there is no clear correct answer, and that is why there are 4 different theories to explain emotions. Please read the designated pages in the textbook and complete the corresponding Nearpod lesson. There is an extra credit hidden in the Nearpod lesson. The Big Bang Theory had a fun, realistic illustration of display rules. If you want to earn extra credit, explain how the concept of display rules is being demonstrated in the Big Bang Theory video in extra credit Easter eggs on Canvas. This week's activity is an introduction to stress and health. Stress is a part of our daily lives. Whether it be traffic, homework, or even family, they are all stressors. It's important to take an inventory of the stress that you are under, as well as understanding with how you cope with stress. The activity Stress What Stress will give you some insight into your own stress, your coping styles, and will prepare you for discussion board number 8. Please complete the activity handout on your own and keep track of your scores of these 4 online tests. I look forward to reading about your stress and your coping styles in this week's discussion board. The third section is stress, which is an introduction to the chapter on stress and health. Health psychology is a subfield of psychology that emphasizes psychology's role in establishing and maintaining health and preventing and treating illness. The traditional model is called the biomedical model. For example, if you had migraines and went to a doctor who uses the biomedical model, the doctor would simply prescribe you medication to stop the migraines and send you on your way. On the other hand, the newer model is called the biopsychosocial model. This module takes into account all the dimensions of who we are. In this case, if you had migraines and went to a doctor with the biopsychosocial approach, the doctor will want to know more about your family history of migraines and your eating habits, how you cope with stress, and what social supports you may or may not have to determine the best way to treat your migraines. The treatment here may or may not include medication, depending on the biological, psychological, and social factors. Please read the designated pages in the textbook and watch the assigned videos. The final section is the health-stress connection, which explores how connected our health is to our current levels of stress. There are several theories to explain how we respond to stress. Please read the designated pages in the textbook and watch the assigned videos. Well, let's go to our assignments this week. The first assignment is the Nearpod lesson. This week's Nearpod lesson will review motivation and emotion. The second assignment is discussion board number 8 on coping with stress, which is a reflection on this week's activity about stress. The goal of this discussion board is for you to assess your current stress levels and reflect on what you can do to address your stress and find better ways of coping. When you prepare your response and prepare your feedback, you will see that all your classmates are going through stress, and maybe even the exact same type of stress. Nevertheless, you all are in the same place. And perhaps you can share how you are coping with it or how you would like to improve your coping styles. There is an additional assignment this week because it involves a film analysis project. I want to make sure that you understand the expectations and related assignments and due dates of this comprehensive project. After reviewing the project packet and the project module on Canvas, please complete this Statement of Understanding quiz. Now, this quiz is open notes, so please feel free to use your project packet and refer to the module if needed. Respondus Lockdown Browser and Monitor are not required for this quiz. Now, the next assignment is the chapter quiz. The quiz will ask you about motivation, emotion, and stress and health. I will ask 5 questions about each chapter. Please make sure to review those objectives that are in bold and are highlighted in the Nearpod lesson and the assigned videos. That will definitely help you prepare for this quiz. Finally, the last assignment this week is application paper number 8. As you can see, these questions are what I find really important for you to take away from these chapters. Question 1 will focus on motivation and ask you to apply one of the 3 theories of motivation to yourself. Question 2 will ask you to reflect on what you learned in the TED Talk video by Dr. Kelly McGonigal. And then question 3 will ask you to apply your understanding of the 3 parts of emotion to a personal example, and then explain which of the 4 theories of emotion is best illustrated in your example. And question 4, as always, is my favorite question. It's your wow moment for the week. And with that, my friends, you'll have successfully completed this week's module. I look forward to reading your awesome assignments this week.